In today's real estate rundown with Remax Icon, HOAs and condos, we hear the term often, but how much do we really know about them and the difference between the two? We've got Michael Patterson. He is the broker and owner of Remax Icon, joining us now to break it all down. So tell me, what is the difference? I entertained getting a condo at one point. I had an HOA. There were some differences. It gets a little convoluted, but I'm sure you can break it down.
Absolutely. So an HOA or homeowners association, typically you're going to find in either a townhome community and or a single family detached community. And they're designed for uniform, right? So there'll be restrictions in terms of covenants that, maybe the color that you can paint your house or the type of fence you can put up, things that you need to know about and just be aware of if you're purchasing a home that is in an HOA. And something to be aware of in Maryland, there are voluntary HOAs and there are mandatory HOAs. So it's a little bit different in Maryland because we do have two of them. And then of course, a condo association is when you're buying a home, in a condo. However, sometimes a townhome can also have a condominium ownership as well.
Got it. Okay. So what restrictions do you have as an owner when you have an HOA versus a condo?
So it depends. So, with an HOA, as I mentioned, you could have situations which limits, maybe you can't have, certain trucks on your vehicle, on your truck vehicles on your property, or the size of your fence, or the color of your property, or, types of animals you can have. So HOAs can have various restrictions. Some are more restrictive than others. So it's important that you are aware of that information when you're purchasing. And then within a condominium, you have other restrictions. So for instance, within a condominium, you own the inside of your property, then you have the rights to limited common elements. They may restrict that you can't have pets or how many pets or the size of the pets, or, there's lots of different requirements that can be. These are all just things that as a buyer, you need to be aware of.
So is a condo a good investment, especially right now?
Well, it depends. And funny you asked that. I was asked that question just this week about, should you invest in a condo? And my answer was the same. It depends on where the condo is located, right? So if I were buying a condo in Baltimore City, near universities, depends on what I'm going to do with it. So those properties, a lot of times if you're buying a condo, you're a first-time home buyer or you're an investor. So if you're a first-time home buyer, you may be looking at it, I'm going to live in it for a period of time, maybe 2-3 years, and then I'm going to move into a different type of property. Well, I may want to hold that property and then rent it out. So am I buying it in an area that would be easy to rent, which you definitely can do around, universities, right? Colleges. So conversely, if I were buying a condo, maybe out in, Carroll County or Cecil County, I might look at that differently depending on, what my goals are with that particular condominium. So the answer is yes, it can be a great investment. Sometimes, you may need to look at it differently.
It sounds like we need to talk to a professional to sort of break that down for every case scenario. What should we know about buying a house that has an HOA or a condo that has, of course, the condo fees?
So the great thing is that in Maryland, when you purchase a property in an HOA or a condo, the seller's required to give you documents. And these documents will list the restrictions, the covenants, any bylaws, and also the financials of that association or condo. You have the opportunity to review that information. And if you find things in there that you don't like, or maybe you decide you don't want to buy, you have the right to void your contract and move on and buy something differently. So it is really important that when you're buying a HOA in an HOA or a condo, that you take the time to read the information, ask questions, make sure that you know what you're getting. We recently had a scenario where a home buyer was purchasing a condo in the Rockville area, and she had 2 large dogs. The condo association said you couldn't have dogs over 50 pounds. However, when you walked around, 50% of the homeowners had dogs over 50 pounds. So then it was a question with the association, like, how is this, enforced? And then it came out that, well, we don't enforce it. Right. So it's just, you need to do your due diligence, ask questions, talk to your real estate professional, and just, make sure that you know what you're buying into so there are no surprises.
There are so many layers to this. I know that you can help break it all down for us because you actually have a home buyer webinar that is coming up, right?
We do on Saturday, January the 15th. You can register directly on our website at ikon1.com.
And there's a special offer as well for Midday Maryland viewers right now.
Always. We love our Midday Maryland viewers. And so we're offering a free home warranty when you buy a home through RE/MAX Ikon.
Well, we love having you on here, Michael Patterson, of course, for our real estate rundown with RE/MAX Ikon, always breaking it down for us. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.